Alright guys, we're back for game number 2 between Bancho and Zul'jin Distillery. So once again, we're going to see a Urel band with Kael'thas following in tow. Now, it's slightly odd, the Kael'thas ban here so early alongside of Ragnaros. Ragnaros can delay the game, but he's actually not that great. So yeah, he can delay the game, but ultimately he's more of a liability come the late game than anything else. And we're going to see the respect ban on Stitches. Now, this is a map where I don't expect Stitches to get as much value, but when your team is falling left and right and really losing the game because of Ewit's hooks into the root, well, it's not unexpected to see the Stitches ban. So Dewit should definitely be patting his back there along with the rest of Zul'jin. I mean, Stitches can land a hook, but the rest of the team needs to follow up to actually make it happen. We're going to see Phoenix as the first pick here, and I really like the Phoenix. I mean, he's just powerful all around and just really good. On the other side, we're going to see the Gul'dan and Deckard. So Gul'dan has great wave clear. Now, he often doesn't have a very high success rate, I feel, in most of these games. Largely because he's much harder to use, in that if you're not landing your corruption on the right people, it's essentially negligible the damage he's doing. And really, his Fell Flame is not winning you the fight, it's the corruption that wins you the fight. And if he doesn't hit it right, or it misses and completely whiffs, well, most of your team's damage is completely shot. And I do want to point out that they have not played Gul'dan once this season so far, Bancho, based on what I'm looking at. So this is a pretty spicy pick for them, something they've yet to show this season. On the other side, we're going to see Stukov banned out, with Jaina and Diablo being the picks to come as well. I definitely do like the Jaina with the Diablo, because a nice combo of a Jaina who can drop a Blizzard into the overpower, and you got yourself someone who's basically dead at that point. Especially if you root them. If you pick up the root, at that point, they're stuck underneath the Blizzard from the overpower, and it becomes a really easy kill. Especially on someone like Gul'dan or Deckard, who have very limited tools to help them escape. Deckard can use a Lure NATO. Gul'dan really has to hope that he can drain through all of the damage being dished out on him. And so Stukov will be banned out, which is a solid ban, as they have yet to choose their own support. The Anubarak ban is a little awkward, because Jaina isn't very reliant on... She can pierce through the beetles, which means that Cone of Cold, well, that bypasses the beetles. The Blizzard bypasses the beetles, which only means the Frost Shards are the only thing she has to really be concerned about, unless they're hoping to pick up another mage, which would be very awkward. But on Bancho, we're going to see the Raynor with Artanis. And Raynor is definitely good, especially with the Deckard. But they don't have a lot of slows being shown at this point. Artanis can pick up a slow. Gul'dan, well, technically can pick up a slow as well, but that's not usually the build you see. And I will also wind up completing the comp for Zul'jin Distillery with Leoric once again and Malfurion. And what's it going to be for the real tank? They're going to pick up the Johanna this time around. So Johanna was indeed a popular pick for them and had good success. 2 out of the 3 games they've played her with, they won with her. Now Artanis will be matching up against Leo. I think this mostly comes down to skill, and interestingly enough, the Artanis is not going to be the same solo laner as last game. Now, these 2 comps, I'm going to say the bot is going to be held very long and very hard by Jaina, and Phoenix. They'll clear that up. But at the same time, Johanna and Gul'dan will clear it up equally as well. So depending on how well Quinel plays that Johanna is going to matter a lot because they have to basically condemn Jaina, slow her down, and be able to blow them up before Diablo peels. But we're already in the game, so we'll have to hold the rest of those thoughts and actually see how it plays out. We got Cowboy Kyle on the Leo once again. Let us start once again on that Malfurion. We're going to have the Lord himself, DeWitt on Dibble's Diablo. And finally, we got Ankle Shot once again on that Jaina. That is going to be, and also Be Fresh on Phoenix, and that is going to be a Zul'jin Distillery. On the other side, we got Skev13 playing the Artanis this time around. We have Quinel on the Johanna. We got DKO 26 on the Gul'dan. Bluestein V2 on the Decker Kane, and Slug It In on the Rainer. And that is going to be a Bancho. So taking a look at what we have here, we're going to have the Devil's Due. We got Scroll of Identify here as well. Ace in the hole. The active parry is going to be the choice. I don't agree with this really at all. This means it's impossible for Artanis to clear the waves quickly enough to really be able to contest Leo. A very nice stun, good peel from Diwa to keep Ankle Shot alive. And with the heals coming on in, Ankle Shot is looking more than healthy. And a beautiful root from Let It Start, but no kill will commence so far in this bot lane. On the other side, we had advanced targeting picked up. You don't see advanced targeting as a very usual pickup anymore. D-Wick getting slowed on down. The Blizzard going to do a very nice job to keep them from pushing forward anymore. We have the Echoed Corruption as expected, the Laws of Hope. And we also have Fealty Unto Death. You don't actually see Fealty Unto Death that often. Now, it'll help them a lot in this 1v1 because you often spend a ton of time in the 1v1. And you're always near a wave for much of this map. We also have the Rejuvenation for Malfurion, and once again the Fingers of Frost. Echo Corruption now at 7 stacks, and we will see a pause coming on out. I don't believe I actually have referee. I forgot to set myself as referee here, which kind of sucks. Lag Spice. Kind of like Old Spice, but for games. On the top lane, we're going to have Cowboy Kyle tapping on up there. And remember, like I said, it's not as typical Fealty Unto Death, but because of how close they are to those minions, he can heal himself up pretty easily. Now, the advanced targeting is going to be hard to truly get value out of. It takes quite a while to hit the reward. You need to hit 30 heroes. And a lot of people prefer nowadays to skip it because of the general nerf that was done to advanced targeting. I'd say you see a combination of different talents at level 1 with advanced targeting being significantly less popular nowadays. We go and actually take a look at some of those stats. We're going to see, let's see, Phoenix. You're going to see advanced targeting falls behind Arsenal Synergy. And mobile offense is roughly as popular as advanced targeting, but has a little edge in win percentages. So we're still waiting for the lag spice to die down. So sit on tight, and it'll be interesting to see if there's any other choices that are changed up. If they go for target acquired if they go for emergency protocol, which are the two big choices, with target acquired by far having the largest choice and the largest win rate out of the two. Now, one of the big changes is that on Brax's holdout, you now can contest the point just by stepping on it and neutralizing it, which is really a big deal because that was not the case for a long time. And with that change, it's very easy to delay the first objective by a significant amount of time. We're talking still saying if everyone's ready. I don't believe I can actually unpause the game. I need a whisper like DeWitt. Nope, don't have anyone on my friends list. Can I unpause? I don't believe so, but we're gonna see. All right, so there we go. Game resumed for me. So taking a look, like I said, top already going to come on in. Skev winning this right now. We got the drain onto Skev, and really, our tennis does become a lot harder to deal with as it goes on. So the reactive parry makes it easier for him to 1v1. The problem is that overall, Cowboy Kyle should just be able to push in these lanes, and with Fealty onto Death, should be able to hold it pretty well. Unfortunately, that's not actually the case. Like, he should be focusing on clearing the waves and then forcing Artanis to deal with it and just basically play Ring Around the Rosie. In the bot lane, however, Quintel taking a lot of damage. Fresh stepping on up and trying to get him finished, and no one actually walking on to this point. They really just need to step on it. There's a beautiful stun. The overpower. Quintel be going down, overstepping his boundaries there with so little health, and Fresh will zone out the rest of Bancho. Now on the top, Cowboy Kyle really needs to be playing patiently here. He needs the tap, and we're going to take a look and see how long he has. He has 44 seconds. That's an eternity at this point of trying to be able to tap. And we're actually going to get Fresh clearing things up in the meantime. So not a bad switch, letting him go around, because remember, a nice swap. Skev, however, still going to be right on top of Fresh, but remember, Fresh has shields just like Skev has shields, so he's able to trade pretty well overall. And the Vance target going to be coming through. Cowboy Kyle's here, and with no escape, there's going to be a ton of damage being dished out at this point. The slow and Fresh trading on up for his team. So I like the rotation. Let's Cowboy Kyle heal up, and now they're heavily pushed in on the top side. Bot lane, however, because this is a 4v3, will be picking up their Merc camps in the meantime. But there is a Jaina. Jaina will do a lot of damage and some quick work. We got Fresh coming back in, and it's now back to a 4v4. Corruption not doing a whole lot of good. There's the charge, but DeWitt off on an island right now. Fresh coming on in. The root not going to do too much, and the blizzard is going to be falling on the heads of Bancho in the meantime. So we're at 11 stacks and 18 stacks apiece, 45 souls, 10 on the scroll of identify. And so once they get the 20, and that's going to be huge for the additional damage output. Echo Corruption and now sitting at 21 as well. We will have the Consumed Soul, Conviction, the Shield Battery, the Behemoth Armor, and a nice root onto DeWitt, but it won't be enough because Fresh getting free damage all day long, and they'll take down 2 members, but at the cost of losing the objective. So they lose the objective, but it's not that big of a deal for Zul'jin Distillery. They have a lot of damage that they can dish out. Oh, Kinwell very far forward. The stun coming out from D-Wood, charging on it just a little too early, not having enough patience to wait out the Iron Skin. So they lose this wave advantage pretty quickly. They do get the gate, but they don't get a single tower. In the meantime, D-Wood coming back in, got the booty of Gul'dan. B-Fresh coming on in, trying to get some more action, but they're going to have to accept that, well, there's not much else to get. At this point, we have hit 32, which means an additional plasma cutter time, which means an additional bunch of damage. We got 12 on the, now 13 on the Fingers of Frost. We got the Q build, the combat advantage, the emergency protocol, sacrificial soul coming out here, and diabolical momentum. A very different build than what I'd say the standard Diablo build generally is. We have a Kunai's Cube here. We have the unstable compound. The charge onto Quinol will not connect with a stun, and they will have to back off for now. In the top lane, Cowboy Cal going a 1v1, and once again with Skev 13. And really, ultimately, he should start doing better. He also has the Willing Vessel at this point, which Willing Vessel, Skev should not be able to beat him, I feel. And with Fealty unto Death, he just sticks around and heals up more than Skev can ever deal with. This is very aggressive positioning from Bancho. Trying to fight for this camp. Quinol going on in. We'll get onto Letestar looking for it. There is a beautiful root. Ankle Shot dropping the damage. A stun to keep Ankle Shot alive. DKO really low. Quinol cannot be stopped. Won't be stopped. And Letestar is going to be rooted in place. Bluestein trying to finish him off. The old man giving them the pimp cane. And they will actually successfully steal this camp away from Zul'jin Distillery. No one goes down for either team, which is wild. And invading that was wild, but they were able to do it. Bluestein also going full beast mode and showing the old man can pack a punch with that cane. And so now they're going to get the first board of the game. And with this will give them a nice little XP lead to get to 10. As you can see, that gave them basically half a level. So at this point, all they need to do is play for 10. Make sure no one dies, get themselves 10 advantage, and then they'll be able to hold the point for a little while. You can see top lane, Cowboy Kyle, pretty well off there, and Skev will once again have to tap. Really, like I said, at this point now, Skev cannot keep up. He doesn't have enough damage to actually clear the lanes. Oh, it's actually wild. We got a full 5-man up here. They're going to go for the gank on Skev. All right, they are getting this objective. Cowboy Cows are looking fine and dandy, and they will pick this up. They have control at top, waiting to get 10s, but they're not actually going to dish out any damage. I'm surprised by this, that they're going to just full on go back. Cowboy Cow does land that Drain Hope, and so Cowboy Cow will be healed up pretty well. In the bot lane, Purification Salvo coming on out. Ring of Frost going to land on 2 members, but the Horrify doing enough work. Be Fresh very far forward. They do get Gul'dan. Be Fresh is trying to get out of dodge. Kinwell does connect with the Condemned. Purification Salvo coming out for realsies this time. And it's not going to matter because D-Wit is going to be going down. Be Fresh getting really low, but there's not going to be enough damage to take him down. So they trade out 1 for 1 and during that fight. Or sorry, a 2 for 1. Cowboy Kyle now, it's everyone rotating up to fight him. Bluestein cut on off, Sluggadin cut on off, and they have gotten a beautiful route onto the Bluestein, which is going to net them a kill and a second kill with Cowboy Kyle coming in from the rear with the Entomb. So, Cowboy Kyle winning the 1v1, coming on in, hitting them with that old Entomb. Oh, beautiful stun from D-Wit, but no overpower. His team not trusting in him. They didn't believe. But they're actually going to start this boss. Okay, it looks like some miscommunication. They're going to rotate on down. And in the meantime, Cowboy Kyle trying to hold on. There's the drain. You can see how much value he gets out of that. I mean, Skev cannot out DPS him at this point with the Willing Vessel. B-Fresh coming on in, and that is too much slow for Skev to escape, and they will trade 1 for nothing so far. Let it start. Oh my god, let it start. The Blessed Chill coming on out there, locking him down, and they are going to see the feathered Malfurion be plucked. So, Cowboy Kyle, however, is going to try and get as much value as possible. They both lose 1. One a little bit more critical than the other, in my opinion, being Malfurion, well, is definitely more important than Artanis. So looking at this bot lane, Quintel coming on in. We got Cowboy Kyle coming in from the rear. And there is the Lightning Breath being used. The Entomb is getting so much value. Both members are locked down in. The Ring of Frost coming on out. Only going to land on 1. The old man is going to be taken down here. Put on life support. Oh, is it going to be good? Cowboy Kyle coming on in. And they're going to trade 1 for 1 as Jaina goes down. The swap Skev is looking for it. We got Dewey coming on in with no escape. And the root landing onto Skev. B-Fresh is looking for another repeat kill with Cowboy Kyle coming on in, and they take a 2 for 1. So Corruption is now online, but it's not going to be good enough despite having 13s because they still lose 2 members. We have Sluggadin in the top lane all alone, and well, they're going to be able to pick up this camp in the meantime. So camp being picked up. Oh, there. Oh, this is hella greedy from Kinwell. But that Corruption and the Blessed Chill coming out at the very last second. Ag is going to lock down that greedy play, resulting in 2 kills already. They're looking for the 3rd. Dewick going to be going on down. Oh my god, they turn a greedy situation into a beautiful one. Cowboy Kyle next up on the list, and the Corruption secures the kill. Wow. Wow-wee. That's all I can say. Kinwell looking like he's a goner. Team comes in DKO 26, landing the God Corruption and basically saving the game right there. That God Corruption, if he didn't land that, they would have lost Kinwell. They would have lost the wave 100%, and this would have been really scary. Dewick coming on in. There's the root. There's the Lightning Breath. Sluggadin has nowhere to go. And the Ring of Frost on top of that. DKO is getting really low. The Entomb is not going to catch anyone out. They will have to accept a 1 for nothing out of that. So, they didn't get enough. Cowboy Kyle all alone onto Kinwell. They do need to rotate around. He does have the spooky Ghost Walk, Wraith Walk to be able to escape right now. Skev looking for it. Not going to actually get it and triggering the boss in the meantime. So, they have themselves a huge 3-man lead. And they get barely anything out of this. This is very unfortunate for Bancho because they made the plays happen, and now the plays are not happening for him. Cowboy Kyle will be swapped on back. There should be a drain available. Cowboy Kyle getting really low. Corruption has been used, and the laser is on B-Fresh. They're still looking for Cowboy Kyle. He is getting really low. He will be going on down, and B-Fresh is all the way back on the other side, nowhere near his team, and they are still chasing. The Blessed Shield still available. Letistar is getting pulled on back. Stay a while and get wrecked because Bancho is getting themselves some kills once again. And 2 for nothing. So we're having hell of a roller coaster ride here. Bancho coming in with 3 kills. Then we get the kills from Zul'jin Distillery, and then they fire on back with all cylinders, pumping and revving, and Bancho showing like they're not losing this game. They're not going to give Zul'jin Distillery the 2-0. And with this 16-14 situation, this is going to be a very make or break fight for Zul'jin Distillery. Because they're going to be down significant. Oh, they're looking for it. They're going for it. Without Artanis there, the big stun onto Bluestein. He has nowhere to go, the old man. The root, the damage. Say goodbye to Bancho because they have all been annihilated. This is a bloodbath. They are 4 members down. This is going to be boss. And let's look at that bad boy once again. Oh my god. That was insane. If we can get the replay to actually show. Replay is not showing. Sorry, guys. Sorry. We're going to kick on back over. I'm hoping that actually appeared and got clipped appropriately. Oh my god, that fight. D-Wit coming in from the backside. Skiv will be able to survive. They'll knock down this wall and D-Wit will get through. But with, oh no, the laser's being used without anyone there to follow up. That's a big cooldown to waste. As Lettuce is going to heal them up. They're going to get the full wave. Cowboy Call does not have anyone else with him, but they do have the root available. And the Entomb, they should look for this. The Zerg wave coming on in. They should lock someone in right now. Cowboy Cal, this is the time. There's a nice root, though, from Bluestein, keeping him from aggressing too far forward. What are they doing, Zul'jin? Why are they running away? They should be pushing in. Why are they not pushing in? D-Wit is super low. And okay, I'm very confused by what's going on here. Zul'jin is essentially doing nothing. They've done less than nothing, honestly. They basically sat there, looked at their own wave, and on the opposing side, they basically didn't defend until the very last second. So Zul'jin is actually in the worst position, significantly worse position overall now. Because here they go, pushing on in bottom of the 4-man. They've lost a tower in the top lane, and they got nothing out of that massive team wipe. They're looking for it again. They do have all heroics available. D-Wit looking for it. Will get onto Skev. Will overpower him. Lightning Breath. Stay a while and listen. Not going to matter for now as they are tearing through the health pool of Bluestein. Bluestein is going to be looking red as his blood will come pouring on out. The Ring of Frost going to land onto Gul'dan. An ankle shot looking to finish him off. And they do as Skev and Quintel are all alone on an island without any DPS to save the day. 3 members down. D-Wit really low. Skev trying to get him. Kin will not be able to get anyone there and will go down instead. That is now a 4-0. Skev having nowhere to go except to his own demise. And we're going to see if we actually get the replay there. There we go. We're going to see the Ring of Frost. Gul'dan has nowhere to go. They finish him off. Bluestein just standing in the back, getting melted from the Lightning Breath, trying to use the Stay a While and Listen in time, but it's not going to actually matter. And in that, well, they lose everyone. And in the meantime, and they're going to push on up and trade up significantly now. They take down a fort, and, well, they still have another 15 seconds before everyone is up. So Cowboy Kyle will push this in because next objective will be on the opposite side. This will also help them get to 20, and if they can get this wave and get the fort, they will 100% be 20, which will then allow them to potentially end this game. Now, this is going to be very critical that they don't split here on the side of Zul'jin Distillery. If they split here, well, it's going to be pretty crazy what happens. So front wall down, 20 has arrived now. They've knocked him on back. Quintel, the Lightning Breath coming on now, and they should be Hellstorm, the big Roo, and Be Fresh trying to escape. Will avoid the rest of the laser, but no one has fall. Tranquility is popped, and D-Wit is going down, and they actually win. The 20 versus 18, the lockdown onto Cowboy Kyle will not be enough to pick up a kill. Ankle shot trying to deter him from getting any further into this, but Cowboy Kyle will be going down, and they lose 2 members in a 20 versus 18 fight, and they're going to be potentially getting more. The swap onto Lettuce Star, they are still chasing here. They are looking for D-Wit back in the running. There's the devastating charge completed, and they annihilate Artanis. But at this point, it is still 4 members, and the corruption damage going to be good enough. 20 seconds before Blessed Shield. B-Fresh coming on in. Sluggadin looking for it. He will pour it on back and will not be able to secure any kills with the Purification Salvo. But look at Bottom. Bottom's pushed in. They're going to take this, and they're still fighting this out. Oh my god, Ankle Shot taking so much damage, and the 3-man silencing Entomb, buried alive, baby. Cowboy Kyle just put on his cowboy hat, jumped on his horse, and showing people that this is his wild, wild west. Oh my god, we're getting so much insanity here. We have the fight going on in this. Once again, you're going to see Ankle Shot just barely survive with a beautiful, beautiful ice block. She will go down the Jaina, but that Entomb, 3-man Entomb, they get themselves a 4 for 2. That's insane. Skev trying to get this point back. It is still only 42. It is 20 versus 21 now, which means they finally have hit the point where they can fight evenly. Remember that this has been an uphill battle for Banjo at this point of trying to reach 20s. They're actually coming around. They might be able to flank. Oh, Bluestein's not mounted. Cowboy Kyle. Oh my god, Bluestein, you're done for, baby. Entomb, there they go. Wall bang, beautifully executed. Bluestein's going to be going down here. The stay a while and listen, not going to be good enough. Be Fresh will escape. Bluestein is going to take them on a journey. Quinnell is going to be able to save him for now, but Be Fresh and Ankle Shot on the backside. The Hellstorm coming on through, melting them, and Cowboy Kyle is still trying to drain the remainder of their life. Quinnell, he will be going down 2 for 1, and this is very likely the game-winning push. Wow. This has been one hell of a roller coaster. 16 kills, 26 kills. This was almost a team deathmatch when it was all said and done. And the amount of times we had 4 members dying, and Entomb going to be coming on out. Skev will survive. He's trying his best onto Lettucer. The Ring of Frost is going to annihilate Gul'dan. Now you see him, and now you don't, baby. Skev going to be going down. The rest of this core will be falling. And GG to Zul'jin Distillery. So that was one hell of a ride. Gul'dan, 87, almost 88k, 1,000 damage. Raynor, 66, almost 67,000 damage. Phoenix, 66,000 damage. Artanis, 65,000 damage. Jaina, 62,000 damage. And we're going to see the Ice Barrier come out again. And this is going to be the key differentiator for why Jaina is actually losing in DPS quite a bit to someone like Artanis. I mean, ultimately, Artanis doesn't have the DPS talents, I believe. He does have follow through, but overall, it's just a tanky Artanis. So it's very surprising that both Phoenix and Jaina aren't doing a lot more. We did see a lot of good Ring of Frost though, and people get annihilated. But nonetheless, the damage numbers are showing like Skev is an Artanis god apparently. That's the way I read this. Otherwise, looking at the rest, Leo, Cowboy Kyle, 60,000 damage, almost on top once again. And finally, taking a look at that healing, Malfurion once again, or Lettucer winning the healing battle here by almost 20,000. And the tanking numbers, well, Diablo and Johanna both doing an insanely good job overall tanking for their teams. Zul'jin Distillery walks away with the 2-0, which is going to be very, very big in the standings, as that should put them in number 5, I believe. So we'll be right back, see if they would like to do an interview in the meantime.